Wow, Moon, I see how it is. I'm just basically a public chat room. Hello, everyone. I'm sad now. I was all energetic and happy, like, oh, hey, everyone. Hey, nice to see you again. And then Moon's like, oh, you're here too. Uh... Oh, by the way, I played Slay the Princess at night yesterday. Oh, okay. Was it your first time playing? What do you think of the game? I enjoy it quite a lot. It's really nice. Yeah, get out of our chat room. No! You got an ending? Okay, well, don't talk about it because I didn't get a full ending yet. And they said that the game's about 3 hours long, but to unlock everything is about 13 hours or so. And I think we might do that. Oh, wow, the background music's loud. Let's tone that down a bit. But yeah, hi. Oh, I forgot my intro. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. My name is Koi Krosu, also known as the Keeper of Wishes, and welcome. This is our Just Chatting segment right before we play more Slay the Princess. It's a skill issue. Keeper of chat rooms, you mean? Oh, yeah, I suppose, yeah. If that's what you wish for. Speaking of, I have been neglecting my job. As someone who's the Keeper of Wishes, I haven't asked what your dreams are. So tell me, chat, what do you wish for? It can be a serious answer, it could be a non-serious answer, and if you retort with, you're the Keeper of Wishes, shouldn't you already know? I only keep what I receive, so I did not receive your wishes. Hello, Makashi! You wish to be happy? Oh, that's such a wholesome wish, Hood. Oh, it's been a while since the last time I've heard your greeting. Well, yeah. It's been a while since you were able to join the stream from the very beginning, I think. Makashi's having a shawarma with boba. Oh, that sounds so good. I won't give you my wishes. They're mine to keep. Well, why carry the burden? I can hold on to it for you. You can't wait for it to be fulfilled? I mean, happiness can be delivered in bits and pieces, right? It's not a permanent state. Unless that's what you're asking for, to be only happy. My wish is to own a cat? Aww! What kind of cat? I'm not the biggest cat person, but my brother has always wanted a Siamese. British short hair, aw, cute! Moon wishes to murder a god. Oh, wow. Is that to, like, is the god murdering to attain more power or just to flex? Is that like a status flex? Like, I killed a god. I wonder what does a god taste? I'm not sure how a god tastes, but I have been watching, shoot, what's the name of that the Korean cooking show? The Cooking Masterclass, I think it's called? Cooking Masterclass? No, it's called Culinary Class Wars, there we go. Culinary Class Wars. No, it's a Netflix show. It's a cooking competition that has 100 talented chefs and is divided between 80 like up and rising, kind of like they have the skills but they have no notoriety in like the culinary field outside of their, like, I guess local sphere. And then there's 20 chefs that are like world renowned, and it's a battle against the, I guess, professionals versus uprising chefs. But by no means are like the 80 people just like your average home cooks. Do they cook gods? No. But I do like the theatrics of the cooking show. They build a lot of drama, and the challenges are done in a way that purposely builds competition and tension. It's so mean, but it's so much fun to watch. Oh wow, 12,300 scales? It sounds like Shokugeki no Soma, the anime. Yeah, kind of. Like, at the very beginning of the show, they have the 80 contestants sit in, like, these tables that are, like, set up in, like, a giant circle so that they can, like, see each other. But they're like, oh, are these all the chefs? I was expecting, you know, more famous people to show up. And they're like, the room dims. And then the announcer's like, welcome to Culinary Class Wars. Now let me introduce the 20, like, you know, top chefs. And they all rise up on these, like, elevated platforms around the edge of this circular room. And they're all looking down at these 80 contestants, like, already showing off that they're at a higher level than them. Could you compete in it? Heck no. I would get so nervous. I would just walk out. Because there was a section after introducing the 20 chefs and explaining that the first elimination round is only amongst the 80. You're more than welcome to walk out. I would have walked out. I would have been like, I can't handle this pressure. I'm fine with being a home cook. Maybe if it was me, like, a few years back when I was super into culinary and my mentor was still, you know, if I was still in contact with him, maybe that would be a different story. Not saying that I'm skilled enough to go on the show, but I definitely had a different drive back then. Pro chefs have nerve issues, huh? It depends on who you talk to. I feel like chefs can be one of the most hardened individuals. On like a... Well, of course, just like in their professional sphere. There's something very intimidating about a experienced chef. Quite a guilty pleasures of drama shows. No, I actually don't like drama, but someone convinced me to watch it, and I've been enjoying it. I tend to watch like cooking shows or mukbang content while I'm eating food. It's just a habit that I've acquired since my youth. Though the setup on this show set almost feels like Squid Game, not gonna lie. I thought it was like cooking to the death, like you fail, you die. You mean those chewy ASMR videos? No. I'm talking about like actual mukbang. I know some mukbang people like do the ASMR side of things, but I'm mainly more interested in people going to like famous restaurants and trying out a bunch of food. I'm not into like the people that grossly eat a lot of food just to eat a lot of food. I thought that's what ASMR meant. No, mukbang means food eating broadcasts. It's just eating food. Nope. And your family used to own a restaurant, Moon. Oh, what kind of restaurant? I just know that you used to cook for your family starting pretty young, right, Moon? Yeah, ASMR and mukbang are still two different things. I mean, it was a normal restaurant, like a traditional Mexican food one, which in Mexico is just normal food. Ah. Hood would kill for some Mexican food right now. But even with like supposed normal like cuisines, there's regional differences, right? Mm-hmm. I love it when like food content creators go into like the different nuances. Like, oh, this region makes the same dish, but they prefer more like, how do I explain this? Like even the concept of like Korean kalbi, which is ribs. There's LA kalbi, which is like referring to the American version, and then there's just the traditional Korean kalbi. But that's like extreme. That's like overseas. But there's also like more close regional like district differences too. So, I live in Jalisco, Mexico. It's the state that everyone believes Mexico is all like. It's where tequila, mariachi, and stuff is from. Oh, okay. Is American Korean food and traditional Korean food too different? Yeah, I would say it is different. Some of the stuff is similar because it's directly imported from Korea, but there are like American twists to quite a few traditional Korean dishes that are more popular or they hold their own against what is the norm in Korea. Mexican restaurants in the USA very rarely are the same as Mexican food here. I wouldn't doubt that. I want to go to Korea so bad too. I want to go to Korea, Japan. I want to go to certain places in Europe. Eventually, I'm sure I'll get to go before I die. Nope, never been. Never been. Though I've learned recently, I absolutely loathe flying. Isn't that your hometown? No, I was born and raised in the US of A. Let's throw money at Koi so she can make blogs traveling for us. You think I would blog while I'm traveling? As a anonymous content creator, as a VTuber? That sounds like a horrible idea. Lo, America. Yeah. Land of the free or whatnot. In the words of Shaq, brothel? What? I don't get that. Travel the world and make vlogs in Minecraft. Ah, okay, I could totally travel the world in a virtual sense. It's not like we know the specific times where you were in the places you're in, like posting and the blogs a week or two after they happen. Oh yeah, that's true. Like posting after the fact. I've seen those like live streamers that travel and it's so nightmarish. That sounds awful. I would hate being a travel vlog person. I'd do it if there was like a way to do it discreetly. You have a cousin who does. He's famous. Oh wow. Any scary incidences? Because that's what I'm mostly afraid of. Like I couldn't go out in a public place and like with a full like camera and record because I would feel like a nuisance. One thing that I would be okay with doing is like traveling to a remote place and doing like a camping vlog. I think that would be kind of cool. Like being out in nature and like doing like a little cooking segment. Yeah. That way like I can do my own business like and make content but not bother anyone. Oh yeah, I've always grown up being outdoors. I'm a huge nature person. Tent camping. We've rented several cabins throughout the years. We also used to have an RV and we would go on long road trips. Oh, okay, Moon. It's no worries. Don't feel like you have to share that. The last time I camped, I had to eat uncooked wieners and uncooked marshmallows. Okay, I can understand the uncooked marshmallows, but uncooked sausages sounds nasty. But most only in internet. When he says he was gay, some people got upset. Oh, well, it's the internet. You can't keep everyone happy. I know, like, even like a simple statement as like, ketchup doesn't belong on hamburgers would probably get the internet raging. I was camping one day when 3 kids showed up and were all like Blair Witch documentary and bothering boys, so she had to get rid of them. Man, if I encountered those 3 kids, I would have been terrified. Especially in like the latter parts of the movie. It was because the wind was too strong for the fire to keep up. Ah, fair, fair. Usually in those instances, Makashi, we have a small portable burner that has its own little like wind barrier, so we would at least boil some water and eat cup noodles to have at least something hot. It's like this tiny teeny burner with like a little metal cup that would rest on top of it. It was my favorite thing to take on fishing trips. So you would like go out to like the lake shore early in the morning with that little tin can with like your cup noodles, boil some water and just have some ramen while fishing. Where we live, it doesn't matter since it's probably the most open city about that on this side of Mexico. That's already basically saying where I live if you look for that. Oh my gosh, man. You don't have to say anything in the internet rages. That's true too. 8%. Oh, don't do a countdown, Moon. It's like goodbye, everyone. We camped without planning much. Ah, okay, well, there you go. I think because my family is just so used to going somewhere almost every weekend. Like, we knew the drill. We had our specific bags. We had our specific things that we always take with us. Everyone had their dedicated role once, you know, we get to the destination, how to build up the camp, how to break it down when we're done. So I'm pretty used to it. I've never done it fully alone. Though I wouldn't technically be alone, I'd be with my dog. Though I don't think Ame would ever defend me from strangers or from wildlife, so it might as well be me being by myself. Even the audio is different? Oh man. This feels so wrong. Do I sound like a chipmunk? Or is my voice deep? My family brought an RV very early on, so I have a few memories of camping in I have a few memories of camping in a tent. I see. I think after the incident where my dad and his friends almost burned down a national forest on accident, that's when we stopped tent camping. I was very, well, not extremely young, but I was young enough to not understand what happened. I just woke up to the giant, like, down tree that was next to our camp turned charcoal black, and there was all these firefighters. And I need to tell you guys about this. I don't know what to say. I wasn't the first hand, you know, culprit in this. I was dead asleep in the tent. From my personal speculations, probably my dad and his friends goofing around, and they didn't properly stoke out the fire, and some embers got onto this fallen tree. And when I say fallen tree, I'm not talking about your like average tree that like maybe takes two people or maybe potentially one person to like wrap their arms around and you can touch the other side. I'm talking about like a giant tree that's like taller than like a delivery truck. It like huge tree, huge fallen tree, huge fallen old dead tree. And that shit caught on fire. Koi the forest bird. It wasn't me. It was my dad. Anyway, average day in Cali. Yeah, exactly. I could have been on TV, but they caught it pretty early. It was just like irreparable to the poor tree. Not my fault. It's like, guys, did you know that before I ever became Koi, I actually was famous for a different reason, for arson? Nah, that wasn't me. And ever since then, my dad's been super careful about fire safety. So, I mean, it was a lesson learned, right? And he passed those lessons on to his kids, i.e. me and my brother. So, yeah. My brother is currently working on like converting a lot of the like old recorded videos from those times into a Google Drive so that we can have them forever before those videos degrade in quality. And rewatching some of these videos, I'm like, gosh, I was so cringe. like when you're camping, you don't care about what you look like, right? And you look so like the camping look is not the cutest. It's like if you're too cold and you pack too light, you just layer on everything you got. I saw the video of you trying to kidnap a chipmunk. The bane of wildlife indeed. Hey, I wasn't trying to kidnap the chipmunk. That's an old video, oh my gosh. Oh, that's a perfect example of getting the internet mad. There were so many people mad at me for posting that video. Like, oh, look at this stupid VTuber trying to bait wildlife out into the open so some bird can prey on this poor creature or whatever. I'm like, okay, first of all these chipmunks at this golf course know that there's food on these golf carts. They're already preconditioned. I didn't do that on my own, and I didn't even touch the creature, and I never gave it any food. Okay, Moon, bye-bye. We'll miss you, Moon. You'll forever be in our memories. Oh, one last dungeon run with Moon, guys. But yeah, that's an easy example of people getting mad. And I think, like, even on the video, I asked the question of should I keep it and put like a reaction slider, and everyone took it so seriously. Like I was gonna actually take this creature from its home. The chipmunk was me, exactly. Face reveal. Dear God. I think that video was like the very first like genuine piece of content where I got hate comments. Oh. Yeah, yeah. Yep. Exactly. I didn't think much of it. I just posted it because I thought it was really cool and fascinating. And then people are gonna listen to this segment of this video and they're gonna be like, ah, this stupid VTuber, blah 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 blah. It is what it is. But yeah, on a lighter note, I'm just trying to kill some time before my delivery arrives. So you also play golf. I play golf with my family, yes, but I do not go out of my way to play it on my own. My dad had this whole ambition of turning me into a professional golfer since a young age. No, definitely not. I mean, yes, golfing can be associated with rich people, but that is not the description I would use to describe me or my family. It's either you're rich or you're Asian. Koi the billionaire running a corpo. I wish. Oh, I didn't. It's groceries stuff for my mom. I'm trying to teach her how to use online shopping stuff because my mom and dad don't really order that much food, and it's too much work for her to go to the grocery stores that she needs to, especially for certain ingredients. She'd have to like drive several towns over to attain them. So I'm trying to help her make things a little bit more convenient. But they're not home right now, so I have to bring the groceries in. But it won't take too terribly long, and then we can play some Slay the Princess. Yeah, the service that I use also delivers for free if you buy like a certain amount of things. So it's not a free. But it makes sense. It's not like as like the company you don't want someone to buy just one thing. Right? Like, oops, I forgot some eggs. What a time we live in where we can pay someone to like bring our groceries to the door. Like, I feel like I had this conversation with my dad when I was younger. I'm like, Dad, you know, what if, you know, like, there was a job where instead of us going to the grocery store, they'll bring groceries to your house. Like, why do we have to go to the grocery store? And he's like, that's a stupid idea, Koi. I'm like, oh, okay. Look at us now, Dad. Does anyone else prefer Costco over Sam's Club? I prefer Costco. That's also kind of influenced by like the location that I live in. Costco's closer. I think my bias would just simply boil down to which place is closer, or if I really have a heavy preference over one and the other, is the distance too big enough where it's not worth the drive. Yeah. It's funny to think of like, dang it, why didn't I think of this idea sooner? I could be so rich right now if I just jumped on it. If only I can predict the future. That'd be great. Boy could have been a grocery delivery entrepreneur, but Papa Kurosu killed it. Yeah. Papa and Mama Kurosu tend to kill a lot of dreams and ambitions. That's such a sad thing to say. The only language they understand is like the stereotypical you know, career success, like doctor, lawyer, like even teacher in my case, because you know, female expectations. Or alternatively, just making stupid amounts of money. It doesn't matter where or what you do, as long as there's the digital, like the numbers to back it up, they don't care. But it's not like you miraculously get to that point overnight. So how did you convince them to become a chef? I did not convince them. I just kind of did it. Okay, Wakashi, I'm gonna tell you something that chat refuses to believe, okay? Because apparently the who I am now just doesn't correlate to the Koi that I was in the past. But growing up, I was a straight A student. I was like a top ranker in my schools, enough to like get scholarships and things for different subjects that I didn't care for, so I declined them. And chat refuses to believe me. Like, I'm actually smart. Yeah. But it would be more believable if you showed those skills. Well, I'm not saying like I am exactly the same person I was back then. People change. But instead you're borderline dyslexic. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. But only because being Baka is your tuber persona is what I mean. Oh, like I'm like playing up a character. Sure, yeah. Yeah. She's not, she's just that. Okay, well, I'm not like, I'm still me, right? Like some aspects of me is just me. Of course, like people play up some personalities or whatever to be entertaining to the audience or whatnot. But I don't know. I think I simply got burnt out. I incredibly was super like dedicated to my academic records and being perfect, like super dedicated, where like there was a reputation involved, and I was like, you know, the one that everyone in class hated. I'm not proud of this. I'm not proud to say this, but I was like that person that like if the teacher forgot to collect homework, I'd be like, oh, are you gonna collect that homework? And everyone would look at me. But hey, I worked really hard to finish this assignment. I'm going to turn that in. Teacher's pet, I guess. Yeah, that Koi's the teacher pleaser. Yeah. I still remember this one time. I think I was in college actually, so it wasn't like that long ago. For some reason, this teacher kept calling me by my last name. So they kept saying, like, Kurosu, like, could you answer this question? Like, Kurosu, you did very well on this exam. And, like, in this class specifically, he does a weighted score. And then sometimes he'll let the class redo the test if everyone does poorly. But when he says everyone, he means everyone, and usually I'm the only one that causes the class to not be able to take the test again. Because there was this one that was like obscenely hard, and all the students were like, yeah, I didn't get this question at all, blah 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 blah. And they're like, oh, Kurosu, like, what score did you get? And I'm like, it was like a high score, and they're like, of course you did. I'm like, what the hell did I do? It's not my fault. I only answer the teacher's questions because if he doesn't, he'll just stand there looking at the class. That's a huge waste of my time. and then one day, I don't know what came over me, but I decided to correct one of the students because they were just like kind of being a jerk. They're like, Kurosa, of course Kurosa got this correct, blah 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 blah. I'm like, you know, my name isn't Kurosu. That's my last name. My name is actually Koi. And it was like at the very end of the semester, and people were shocked that I like even decided to correct them at this point. It was so awkward. I hated that class so much. It was always me against everyone else. The nerd spoke up. Yeah. That was like a pretty hard part in my life. It was like you're trying to figure out who you are, how you want to interact with the world, and like just overall who you want to be. And I didn't have the answers to those things. Were I bullied? Not in college, very much so in elementary, middle school, not so much in high school, but young children are the worst. I feel like really young kids are like the meanest. Because they have their strong beliefs and they're stubborn. And they can be so cruel. Yeah. Young kids are annoying, that too. But I feel like young kids don't like change, right? They don't like things that are different from them for the most part. Oh, especially in flights. Yes, I agree with you 100%. Children on flights are absolutely a menace. But yeah, I think in my specific case, the kids were kind of misguided, or they just didn't know how to accept someone who was different from them. So yippee! I got to become a very jaded, angry little koi from elementary school and onward. The more happy koi didn't come along until much older. So it was like really angry at the world young koi who turned into a studious koi because she couldn't deal with other people. Then koi got tired of studying and then decided to engage with people and be more friendly, and then completely threw out everything she learned in the years. And then she got comfortable, and that's why she is like this, the way she is today. That makes sense in my head canon. Yeah, koi gremlin. What a story. Yeah, I'm somewhere in between. Like, I almost became famous on TV as a national forest arsonist, right? Now write a book on your life. But we're not done with my story yet to write a book. Now, after the whole like super friendly social koi comes out, then there's like the super extremely depressed koi, then after that depressed koi, then it's the VTuber content creator koi that came out. Like, we're still in the part of writing the story. The dead inside koi, yeah. It all ties together. But I wouldn't trade who I am today for anything else. I am probably technically the most happiest I've ever been, despite not having, my career situation sorted out. But other than that, I really don't have anything to complain. Like, nothing to complain about. So, I just need to keep reminding myself that. Uh-oh. What happened now? I got clapped by the auto mod. What did he say? Wait, what word got flagged? What did you do? Why are you being so misbehaved, Dry Guy? Wait, I'm kind of curious what you said. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's very sensitive. Why would that be a banned term? It's the same reason why you got auto banned the other time. It's because that one specific word is included in the phrase. Yeah. That's mainly there for people who want to be disruptive, right? Randos who want to reaction bait or whatever. Like, I'm trying to reduce the amount of work that the moderators have to do. And also, like, preemptively get rid of people. Get rid of the weird people. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, speaking of this, like, I'm gonna be far less tolerant of people who are just here to troll. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't need you here. Yeah, it's a blanket term ban. It was so awkward to write this list of like banned terms that I wanted. Like, I tried to look up for like a reliable banned term list on the internet, but some of them are either too strict or not strict enough. So just like reading all these bad words and like spelling them out and like trying to come up with every variation of possible spellings or pluralisms with these words was like a very awkward experience. Nerd speaking up again! Yeah, I need to learn how to defend myself. Otherwise, who else will? Oh, and then like the term, I believe cheap viewers and also best viewers is also blocked. I've also was tempted to just add the word you, but there's too many other situations where that word might be used. It's just I don't want people to talk about how many viewers I have or whatever. It's just bad manners. If you didn't know that, yeah. Talking about a streamer's viewership is not good. Like, oh, like, Koi, why do you only have like X amount of viewers today? That's kind of low than usual. Or, oh, you have more viewers than normal, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I tied the word viewers with cheap viewers, best viewers for now. I haven't seen a bot knock on wood for a while. So it should be okay in theory. Let me go check the front door. If the deliveries arrive, then I'm gonna go put them away. If not, I'll be right back. Well, it didn't arrive yet, so I guess we're just gonna be chatting for a while longer. Okay, have fun with hockey. Bye bye. Give everyone else a chance to catch up. I just want these ingredients to come because, like, I'm worried that if I start Slay the Princess, I'm gonna get too invested in the game. I'm gonna forget about the groceries. They're gonna be sitting out on the porch and either rotting away or get stolen. So, yippee! Have you ever had your package stolen before? Thankfully, that hasn't happened to me yet, but like seeing all the like horror stories online, I'm just like, I don't trust people. You had a ring stolen? Like ring camera or like ring bling? Right, your laptop was stolen. I'm sorry to hear that, Mokashi. That really sucks. Like bling, and it was at an airport. I was like more specifically talking about like porch theft, like you order a package and it's delivered to the front of your house, but someone walks up and takes it. I would murder. Hi, Brolo. I would murder too. Porch pirates. Yeah, porch pirates. Raccoon made away with some of my fruits last year. Well, it's a raccoon. I think that's a little bit more forgivable. It's a creature that doesn't know the difference. Now, if the raccoon stole something that you were relying on for your survival, that'd be bad. He's got a mask though. He's a robber. Yo, you don't want to forgive the raccoon? Okay, that's fine. I'll forgive any raccoon that mistakens a Cybertruck as a garbage dump, though, and tries to rip it open. I'm so tired of seeing all these Cybertrucks on the street. They're so ugly. A trash can on wheels. I think someone who owns one of them, like, kind of lives near-ish to where I am, because I see one almost every day now. Driving wedges. I'm a firm believer in if you come on my property and steal my shit, I'm within my rights to put a bullet between your That sounds very non-Canadian of you, bro. Though. Your local Cybertruck is hot pink. Oh, gross. I've seen one Cybertruck that had like some kind of advertisement wrap around it, and it was super obnoxious and simply looked like a self-driving billboard at that point. That could be like a business strategy. You buy a Cybertruck and like sell different spaces on it as like advertisement, since the thing sticks out as a sore thumb. But you need to make sure that the audience that you're trying to reach out to are like the same, type of people that are into Cybertrucks, right? How I wonder if anyone's like done the Itasha or whatever it's called, the anime girl rap on a Cybertruck yet. Wait, hold on, I need to look this up. I must know now. And who's the poor victim? I'm sure it exists. Yeah. I can't tell if these images are AI generated. It feels super AI generated. Cuz the it's like a bunch of just Steins Gate, the one female scientist lady. It's just her plastered all over it, but like just different arts of her. It doesn't look like designed. It looks generated. Yeah. Mayushi. Yeah, I've never watched Steins Gate, so I don't know who the characters are. I just know the clip of like the that thing. Don't know what the context of that is. I just know the sound. Oh, it was your first anime. Interesting. What led you to watch it? She's the original Moe. Yeah, I can see that. I was gonna ask you guys something, but then I got super distracted by the Cybertruck conversation. Oh, no, no, wait, I remember, I remember. Are there any games that you guys are currently into right now? I I'm like trying my best. No, that's a straight out lie. Hood's here, he would call me out. I was gonna say I'm trying my best to keep my work-life balance like balanced, but Hood's gonna be like, no, you're full of baloney. What was your first anime koi? Let's see. First ever anime. Would you count Pokemon? I mean, it is anime, kind of. Yeah, I think I was introduced to Pokemon first. Steins Gate is an okay anime, people overhype it. Okay, I see. You still really like Helldivers, right? You're excited for the new War Banner, right? Um, and Brolos is Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Yes, you talk about it non-stop. And play whatever you like. Oh yeah, I know that I play the games that I want to play, minus the times that you guys force me to do things that I don't really want to do. I'll play scary stuff, but it was more of like, is there any new games on the horizon that you just want to share? Should I know about? Etc. 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 Didn't the new Pokemon trading card game come out recently? The digital one? Hello, Voper. Did you play Sun Wukong? Are you talking about Black Myth? Or is Sun Wukong a different game? Yeah, I want to play it. That is definitely a game I want to pick up. I just was taking a break from, like, I know it's not blatantly Souls-like, but hard games. I was taking a break from them because I was getting pretty salty. After fighting Melania, I got really, really salty. Oh, I eventually beat her, but I was still very, very much upset. And I can't get into Monster Hunter. I don't know why. It, it's like this weird, like, there's not too much to Monster Hunter, but then there's too much of Monster Hunter. Does that make sense? Like, the concept is easy to wrap your head around, right? You're a monster hunter, you kill things and you collect their materials and you upgrade gear. But there's too much, like how do you progress? You could play however you want. There's all these weapons. Monster Hunter and Warframe both suffer from that to me. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. As someone who likes playing MMORPGs, you would think I would like be at home with that, but I just simply can't. All the weapons have their own 4-year course. Yeah, exactly. Like I love grinding like materials and crafting in MMORPGs. Maybe it's because like you can still technically get the stuff that you need that was gathered by someone else. There wasn't like a trading system in Monster Hunter, right? It's like you kind of have to do it yourself, but you can play with others in like small group parties kind of thing. There's a chill game called Raft. but it's more fun with co-op. Yes, I have played RAF before. My mistake was playing with veterans who already knew what they were doing, and I did not have time to kind of just marinate in the game to figure out things for myself. Like I'd like try to figure out how to like build basic things, and I turn around and they have already have like a crafting table and all this stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, what should I do here now? Hi Tom, hello, and hello Cypress, welcome in, guys. Play with noobs like Hood. Hood's not a noob. I don't. Have we ever played Raft together, Hood? Like, maybe? No, we have not. Okay, that was back with Dark, I think. Dark and some other people. You've only played Raft once. What's your opinion on Raft? I think it's a kind of like a mid survival craft game. Oh, but the one craft game that I really, really, really want to play is the Travel the North or whatever, the RV traveling sim. That sounds super cool. Because Hood and I were talking about how, a lot of the survival craft genre is like you build a base and you kind of explore outwards, but you always have to backtrack to your base. The Long Drive North, yeah, that's the name of the game. But The Long Drive North, it's a survival craft game, but you live on an RV. So you travel as you gather materials, and the location of your base moves with you, which is brilliant. Like, you don't have to backtrack. So it helps, like, the base mom who doesn't really want to leave the base. It helps explore, and it helps everyone play together. So like camping back in the day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They could totally make like a modern Oregon Trail style game, right? That's actually interactive with like your little what's it called? Covered wagon. Get supplies, people get dysentery and you have to like heal them or whatever. Or they die. I don't know. Whatever flavor fits your boat or floats your boat. I played Raph with Derry when he had crowd control on, so I basically lost everything as soon as I got on it. Oh, that's sad. That's annoying. As much as I would love to do more crowd control stuff, I feel like it's hard to balance the experience. It's either you go in knowing that you're not going to get any progress done, or the impact that people have on the game isn't as significant, which doesn't make it that fun for the viewer. Can we start forest fires in the game? I don't think so. No. I really shouldn't have told you guys that. What was I thinking? I'm just happy that there's kind of like a surge in a bunch of VR games. It is a very basic game, but hopefully it inspires people to make, similar or if not the exact same game but better. It's not a coy real life simulator then. Well, I never claimed it to be my life simulator. I don't think you want to play that game. That sounds kind of dookie. What was the long dark? The long dark. Oh, right. Well, I haven't been keeping track of like what VR games are releasing when, but when I briefly looked at like just the VR category, there's so many more titles compared to a few years back where you can hardly find anything. So I'm just happy. I'm just happy in general that VR is getting more attention. And then when I finally get the 3D model done, we're gonna do a lot of VR stuff. I've always wanted to do that from the beginning, but I'm actually going to work towards making that a reality now. Not that it'll happen anytime soon. Or I can just obsessively work on the model until it's done, but then I think Hood would kill me. Little Nightmares 3 is coming out next year too. I would definitely play Little Nightmares 3. And then there's this turn-based game, like a strategy game that I want to try. That looks super good. It's called Expedition 33. And we'll see how I like it. But definitely worth the attempt. What other games am I looking to? Yeah. The premise is that like there's this uh calendar that ticks down, and every year the number decreases by 1, and anyone of that age dies. So Expedition 33 at the year of 34 are trying to go to the calendar to like stop it from ticking down before it eliminates them the following year, kind of thing. That's like the premise. It looks super cool. I thought VR was getting less popular. I can actively see people on Beat Saber stop playing. Well, that's just Beat Saber alone, right? But I feel like more people are working on developing their own projects. You're looking at Full Fathom too. Full Fathom. I feel like Beat Saber, personally, with like a lot of rhythm games, when it has like a huge surge of popularity, it eventually dies down to just a fan base of like the hardcore players. Similar to like, DDR or Osu or whatever. Like, yeah, they have their own like pretty big fan base, but it's not as strong as its peak. But that's natural. That's normal for anything. It's not an indicator of whether or not that platform is dying. It just simply is changing. Oh, that right, the oceanic survival horror game. Great. When Full Fathom comes out, we're gonna make Hood start streaming. A Full Fathom playthrough by Hood. We're gonna make it happen. When is this game supposed to come out? Ooh, let's go! Yeah, right? Wouldn't that be awesome? They say the planned release date is still 2024, so we have a chance of getting this stream this year. I never got into Beat Saber. I love the concept of Beat Saber. The only problem for me was back when I was on my old computer, it lagged like crazy. Ow, I just flicked the straw in my face. I was messing with like clean straw that's like still in this wrapping, but it got caught on my finger and then it slapped me in the face. Um VR is catching up because of Apple's investment. Oh, is that so? Oh wait, my delivery arrived. Be right back. Huh? What are you guys doing? What happened? Check DMs, okay. What? Wait, what? How did I even make that face? My eye blinks are linked together. It shouldn't be possible to do that. That's scary. Wait, whoa. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't been drunk on stream in a long time. I haven't had any booze in a long time, okay? That is like an off-stream activity. Yeah, since the deliveries have arrived, we shall play the game. I'm super excited to play more of this game. Soji stream, let's go! Maybe one day. Maybe. Just like a chill, casual, like, Soju stream. Where you get plastered and see the chill day body. The chill day body pillow is gone. Tartaglia has been retired. No more shall he ever grace the presence of the stream. Okay? Let's change the game category. Play the princess. Done. Time to make it a sticker in Discord. Nah. Nouvellette body pillow now. Oh no. It's story time. Load. Okay, so we're back here. For those of you who are just tuning in and don't know about the game, you are a character who has a narrator who tells you what to do. He tells you that you're in a forest. It's a trail that leads up to a cabin. Inside the cabin is a princess, and you have to kill the princess, otherwise the world will end. That's all you're told, that's all you're given, and as you explore different options, you kind of learn that you can't trust anyone. So, let's say... Okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I think we're gonna try and be a hero this time.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Nah, we don't need the blade this time. We'll use our words. Just enter the basement. With like, hey princess, so why are you trying to end the world?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Yeah, I finished Undertale.
Hello? Is someone there?
Oh, her voice is nice and soft, like a very typical princess. Very different from the first time around, where it was very like, who's there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
He's like, don't be fooled. But how can someone with such a sweet voice be so dangerous? We can either say, hi, just checking in on you. I'm here to save you. Lie, I'm here to save you. There's two different, like, it's either you genuinely mean that you're here to save her, or you're lying. And, hey, I think I'm here to slay you? Or just continue down the stairs. Delta Rude next? Maybe. We'll see. The art is nice in this game, so is the voice acting. I should be like, hello, maybe. Probably. Or just checking in on you, yeah.
You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. I'm not riding on you.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Hold on, let's talk a bit first. I'll see what I can do.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
How am I making a mistake? She's so harmless.
No, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, we're doing the right thing. Listen to the hero.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Well, and if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's lying around somewhere up there. And if not, maybe I can at least find you at least I can find something to break you free. Her eyes are larger than yours. Yeah, they're huge. I can't. Life hack. Start every phone call with my battery is at 5% so you can hang up whenever you want. Ah! I like that life hack. That is epic. It's like, get to the point. Yes, I'm enjoying this game so much. Let's say, like, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
No. That sounds like a really bad
idea. She offers the
idea.
suggestion with almost complete nonchalance.
If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Eh?
Is someone else here?
Hey, let me out of here.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Well, the pristine sword or dagger, whatever, is out there. So what do you want me to do? Try exploring.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside.
Great. I feel like the narrator is sabotaging us. Because originally with like my playthrough previous stream, I thought maybe it was like whatever we believe to be true became the truth. Like, if you thought that the princess was actually dead, she was dead. But if you thought, no, this was too easy, this is not the end, then she would come back to life. So that's why I chose to believe she was dead. But this instance, I don't know. I don't know who's controlling this door. Surely there isn't like a third physical character that we don't know about. Is there? Return to the bottom of the stairs.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth.
No, 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 no,
The
no.
determination of a trapped wolf.
Why? Why? I was not expecting her to do that.
She rips her flesh from her bone. A sound comes from behind you. The clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Let's save her.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the
wait, that's
ragged,
not
self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place.
Ew.
You cut into her flesh.
Ah, no! This is like a snarky DM that's like, fine, I'll give it your way, but I'm gonna do it in the most horrific way possible. I hate you, narrator.
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach a locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world.
Why not?
No. I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
Wow, the narrator's taking over.
What are you doing?
Slay the princess, slay the princess. Warn her!
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
No!
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest,
We're dead.
tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
Wait, why not?
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed everyone. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again,
So mad.
again, and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
I'm sorry.
Oh god. Oh god.
She
I
doesn't
think I
hardly
made
use
the...
it, does she?
She doesn't.
Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks.
That's why you don't save the damsel in
It
distress.
can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The damsel!
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu. I've already that. Oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We
Welcome
just
back,
met for the
Tom.
first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved,
voice of
we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Lord. I like this voice.
Our beloved?
Our beloved princess, of course.
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
Wait, the four of us?
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek. What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth. No. I don't think his response to that would be different. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
I've already...
I'm not going to argue. Anyway, I believe... What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of if it's the... Do you think the people there lived happily ever... She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme. Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone.
Princess bad. Stop her. Save everyone. White Corp good. Join the company. Save everyone. And with them, I'm going to find a way to save her from the cabin.
That's right, you can't stop all of us. We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does. Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that
Make
you make
forest
the right
fires?
call.
I mean, if the opportunity arises, sure. Let's proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
Wow, okay. That's kind of shallowed, voice of the smitten.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Boy, is Smokey the Bear's secret nemesis.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong.
The irony of
not
that
everyone
hood.
needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Well, when it happens...
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement.
This whole cabin is different than the last time.
Very different.
Is it? I can't say I was paying much attention to the scenery last time around.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. Stop letting yourself get distracted.
We'll leave the blade behind. No blades for me.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells.
Oh, okay. Too much. Reel it back. Come on, Smitten. We need to kind of ground ourselves in the realm of reality.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
It looks
There's
different.
a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
Hopefully that voice is just in his head and he doesn't actually say that.
You know she can't hear you, right?
Perfect.
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Wait, what?
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
Oh, she's really playing to our heartstrings.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
Oh, gorgeous lady, I'm here to set you free. Oh, Tom, are you smitten?
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
Oh, narrator, you naive soul. This is not the first time I've damned one of these worlds. I've lost count.
Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
You killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that?
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we?
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery,
Oh, God.
to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
You didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
No!
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
Jesus Christ.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
This is weird.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
But how did you get back into the chains? How did your hand grow back? But before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
So if a pretty princess was like, oh, is that what you wanted me to do? End the world? What would your response be? Like, yes, my darling, end the world for me.
Listening to her, that's a confession.
Gaslighting for real. Hey Koi, good to see you again. I've been a bit of a rough day, so I have opportunities to cheer. Oh, hi Time Master, welcome. I hope you feel better soon. We're playing some more Slay the Princess, and right now, the princess asked us whether or not she should end the world, if that's what we want, and I'm not sure what to respond. Probably no, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
Not so sure.
I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
You think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Hey, how are we
No.
gonna rescue?
I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll...
You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her?
I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
Yeah, fantastic voice actor.
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You mean my hands or her hands?
Princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful
Oh, we
embrace.
get a hug!
If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Well, what do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world?
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants.
We're supposedly a monster.
You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
I want you to tell me what you want. Must be something you want. Want to end the world?
I just want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy.
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd
Why
want the
is the
same
music
for us.
getting all messed up? You have to want something more than just making me happy. But you need your own thing. You just met me. You can't base your entire happiness around me. Because the objective is to kill the princess, but I'm trying to not listen. Oh, thank you, Brello, for the gifted sub. Enjoy. I want you to make me unhappy. Do you want the world? Do you want to end the world? I want to leave. We can figure out the rest later. If you want to leave, then let's leave. This isn't right. Let's just get out of here. This thing is getting really nervous.
Are you seriously asking her that?
Oh, we've been over this one. No, I do not want to end the world.
Well, then... What makes you happy?
I just want to make you happy.
Why is she, like, changing? You have to want something more than just making me happy. But you need your own thing.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
Oh god! Okay, clearly something's happening here and I'm very scared. What if we just, don't do anything? What if we just stay here, nobody gets hurt, and we just figure out a way to be happy together? There must be something
I
you
just
want.
want to make you happy.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only...
Uh-oh. She got collected. You don't get a chance to ask another question, nor will you ever. It's time for you to leave.
No,
And...
she was our perfect match. She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here?
She got yoinked.
Why now? But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
It's not the end. Whatever is on the other side is going to be nice. It's the end for you, but not for me. I'll see you on the other side. Going to be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
Approach the mirror. And approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. You're gone once again. Mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've withered. Wait, what? You find yourself in the long quiet once again. To the cabin. I really like being here in the long... Thank you for the hydrate hood. You're at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist.
And yet my waters flow and my streets bustle. There are no words that can describe me into non-existence. There is no logic that can bind my multitudes.
Yeah, the hands are kind of crazy.
I am everything that you have known me to be. but I am also none of it.
How can you stand to be fiction?
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me.
Okay, thank you.
Even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
If anything, it makes me more like you. Or, it makes me like you more. I don't know what that says about me. No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you. I have no opinion one way or another. I just want it all to stop. Yes, you're torturing me. I hate it, and I think I hate you.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
What do you think of this vessel?
This one is a reflecting pool of desire unfulfilled. She will make for a pliant heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
Do you know what happens to the world? You figured out what you want to.
The desires of my multitude thrive in endless competition with themselves, but none of them rise above their dance to influence me. I yearn for what I have always yearned for, my awakening. Other desires shrink in the light of self-knowledge.
Ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Thing goes dark and you die. Yay! Starting over.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. That's the spirit. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
Cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is steady. The blade is your implement. You'll
Take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the
basement. I think she's gonna not have the soft voice anymore.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing her voice.
Who's there?
Yeah, who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool you. It's all
Just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the
I'm
basement.
so dead.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world? Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
What? No way. Why would you even think that? Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you. No. I haven't decided yet.
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk.
No,
We want to have a
no.
conversation at knife point. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us. The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I have my reasons. Do you think I just come here to kill someone without even knowing why? That's pretty ridiculous. Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Or, I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
How would I get you out of here? What's your name? How long have you been down here? Kill you?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
How do I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right?
She's gonna cut off her arm. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Why? She's so sus. Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
No. I know what I've been told. Whether or not I believe it is entirely a different one.
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
Talked enough.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Getting you out of here, examine the chains. I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while you decide what to do. I'm gonna get her out of here. She sucks, but it's a different...
You have to be kidding.
different route.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains
I like
somewhere
my
in the
soft,
cabin.
nice princess. Where did you go? If there isn't a key, do you have any ideas besides me cutting you out of here?
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
Jesus Christ!
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything, you attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slaps someone else here. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to.
Well, I didn't wanna.
Easier for whom?
For the narrator.
Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Okay.
Against your better judgment,
Oh gosh, it's
you
going
place the
this
blade
again.
against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and you make quick work. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess... How is she so composed after...
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. As the princess approaches the bottom... Wait, this isn't fair. You can't watch me.
I can't even slay her.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way. Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease. Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse
Hey, at least
to
that
the
was
ground,
fast.
blood flowing from your butchered neck. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
The prisoner. It's not the
You're
damsel,
on a path
it's the prisoner.
in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And you're here to slay.
Deja vu. Okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all.
A mere princess? She's our everything.
Don't forget what he did to us the last time.
Skeptic!
I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
I love the new character voices, though.
You know I can hear you two, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous she is to the world at large? I told you about the stakes of this situation less than a minute ago.
Okay, fine. Let's just proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further. Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink. Did you just say wink out loud?
That's what I was thinking too. You just said
No, I
wink
didn't.
out loud.
Wink. Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
You can trust me. Wink. I guess I would also have to do the same thing because I can't blink with this model. Wink.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold,
Drunk
uninviting
poison.
stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
The last time I didn't take a blade, it was a problem, even if I wanted to just try to set her free. So I'm gonna take the blade this time.
Good idea. Much better to be armed than to go in with blind hope alone. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. the chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic
You went
chorus
overboard.
as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck?
Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I'm not sure if I need to do much of anything. You see how locked up she is? I'm just going to leave her here. Leave the... We're just gonna talk with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit where you were told that, sure.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
My intentions? What do you mean? I've been here before. I am the only one who remembers that.
Oh, are we acknowledging that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But yeah, I remember.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just... good luck.
Just good luck.
I needed
Okay,
you to be
the
in the
narrator
dark
shouldn't
for as
have
long as I could
interfered.
keep you there. It's important. Necessary, even. And maybe I wanted to be the first version of me that you met. I didn't want to be confronted by the alternative. That's pathetic. I never said I wasn't.
Oh, the poor
I get it.
narrator.
It would be pretty upsetting, wouldn't it? To know that you might not be the first version of yourself. At least we can remember what happened before. Seems like we should count ourselves lucky for that.
Oh, I feel guilty.
Exactly, he gets it. You're lucky.
Uh-oh, I'm
so don't
the bad
waste
guy.
that luck by messing it up again. All right? Moving on. Why is it important for us to be ignorant? How is it ever helpful to be in the dark? The more I say, the more your mind will swim into dangerous waters. Even saying that is too much. Your success hinges on you having imperfect information. For the sake of the entire world, you need to accept that. Just give it a rest, this isn't helping.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
You were asking about my intentions earlier. What did you mean by that? What happened after I died last time?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
Ugh.
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
What happened after I died last time?
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows?
Huh. Okay, well at least
It's
that
not
was
like
a little
we
more
have much of a clue
information.
about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You either die here or
You're
live
looking
long
at me
enough.
like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Yeah. I feel like the hero mentality dies pretty early in the newer generations, though. It's always everyone out for themselves. How am I supposed to cut you out if you didn't notice your head is in the shackle too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
Ugh.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that. She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't. Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
That other chain on the wall, who's it for?
I don't know, but you could always try it on. Maybe it'll fit.
I hope I don't actually have to say this, but please don't wrap yourself in chains. We need you ambulatory if you're going to save the world.
Why not? We can wear matching bracelets. It'd be cute. Friendship bracelet. You realize I have as much reason to distrust you as you have to distrust me, right?
I do. So I guess this all comes down to which of us caves first. And it's not going to be me. I'm extremely patient.
It's probably better if we take action anyway. No use trying to wait her out. That's playing to her strengths.
I can cut you out of here. I'm not giving you the weapon. Okay, I'm trusting you. Give her the weapon. If you want to leave, I'm going to be the one with the weapon. Deal with it. Cut her out on your own. I think I'm just going to leave you here, actually. I'm not giving you a weapon in case you've forgotten you killed me with it last time.
But sure, let's talk about what happened. Because what happened is exactly my issue. The last time we met, your body tried to kill me. If you take a moment to imagine yourself in my position, I think you'll understand why letting you near me with that thing is untenable. So, be a good bird and hand it over.
She keeps calling me a bird. Am I a bird
and if
monster?
being nice isn't enough motivation, well, I think you're aware that I'm not afraid to resort to violence. If you come near me with that thing, I will strangle you with these chains.
She doesn't beat around the bush, does she? Yes, it's almost like she's a fundamentally bad person who wishes to inflict pain on others.
No, she's just afraid and scared.
Or it's another bluff.
No hard feelings, of course. But you should be aware of my position.
I expect the shot.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. And why is that? Do I even need to explain myself? It's a shackle and it's one without a key. Do you want to be stuck here like she is? And what? Is it going to lock the second we put our wrist into it? I don't know. Maybe it will. He doesn't want us to look at it. That's all the reason we need to investigate. But what if he's telling the truth? He isn't. I am. Against your better judgment, you approach the chain dangling from the far wall. The princess watches you with faux disinterest as you inspect it, though she can't fully hide her curiosity. I don't want to say what I'm supposed to say next. What is that supposed to mean? It sounds bad. Is it bad? Yes, it's bad.
What's bad?
Come out and say it then. You're just wasting time.
Fine. As you hoist the shackle, its heft shifts within your grasp, as if pulled by some odd magnetism. Before you can so much as blink, it practically leaps from your hands, snapping
Hey!
around
Oh
your
no!
neck. And, as if your situation weren't bad enough, the same magnetism repels your blade, which is flung from your hand and sent skittering across the floor of the basement. Excuse me? Yes?
Yes?
Are we stuck here now? Yes.
Huh, so it does fit. And I guess it doesn't like your knife. We're stuck here together, aren't we? That's funny.
What are we supposed to do now?
Can't even cut ourselves out. Guess we'll starve.
That's horrible.
It's not all bad. We learned a valuable piece of information.
We did learn a piece of
Not
information.
to touch things we're specifically told not to touch.
No, that there's something special about this loose chain. It's clearly important.
So we're both stuck here.
Yep.
Did you know that this was going to happen?
No.
What should we do?
Wait, I guess. Maybe something else will happen. Maybe not.
Not the one for small talk. Small talk.
Nope.
The small talk, are you? Oh my god.
That's rude.
Hey, wait,
You and the
silence.
princess wait in silence, though neither of you knows what you're waiting for. But you're waiting for something. You're waiting for anything. This is so boring.
There must be something we can do to get out of here. There must be something we're missing.
But there isn't. Time passes. It passes and passes and passes. And the basement of the cabin remains much the same. It is cold and silent.
Oh man.
At least the world is safe. It isn't. You're stuck. Too far away from both the princess and your blade to do much of anything. But she's not ending anything. She's just sitting there.
Yeah, she's boring.
Her very existence is a threat. It harms everything around it.
How exactly does that work?
It just does.
That's not
But your line of
explain.
questioning is interrupted by the passage of even more time. And after that, even more time passes again. And let me guess, the cabin remains the same.
If time is passing, the cabin can't be the same. Even if the differences are small, they have to exist. That's just how things work.
I suppose you're correct. Things are changing. The differences are small at first, a bit of weathering here, a bit of erosion there. But then they get larger and larger.
Have you noticed the basement changing?
I don't like small talk. Remember?
Still rude. You continue to wait in silence, and the cabin continues to change. The decay comes faster now. You can see earth through holes in the stonework, can watch lichen spread along the seams of the walls.
Don't they have to poop? I don't know. Let's
Doesn't
not
make
think about
sense.
that.
Has our entire concept
Disgusting.
of time changed? What happens to starving? We should have died by now if the rocks around us are starting to erode.
Thank you for the hydrate.
She hasn't starved.
I guess she hasn't.
Even more silent time passes as you watch roots push themselves through the increasingly porous walls of the basement. Dirt seeps inside, flowing across the stone floor like a liquid,
Wait, where did the
covering the ground
sword
and
go?
threatening to swallow you both. Time continues to pass, and pass, and pass, until suddenly... And?
I think he's gone.
Would you look at that? We made it out of the cabin, and nothing bad had to happen to either of us. So this is the outside world. It's cold.
Oh, there she goes. But you do not get a chance to respond, nor will you ever.
She's gone. Where did she go?
Should we
Bye-bye.
try and find her? And is that a mirror?
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
Voice feels small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. Forgotten once again. The mirror always makes them leave. You need to see what's in it. They're unraveled. Oh. The narrator hasn't really explained why she was supposed to end the world. Yeah, the point is that you don't know. And I think you're trying to figure it out by piecing together little clues, but I still don't know. Honestly, he could be lying to us.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are frail and impermanent. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think that we're real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is determined, but also cautious. One that would rather let the world move around her than move it herself. She will make for a patient heart. Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
You know what's going to happen when you awaken?
No. The point of awakening is to find out.
When you sent me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No. Their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact. He does. I don't know what I'm going to do when I find him. He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers. He does, and when I find him, I'm going to kill him. He does, but you're going to keep that to yourself. He does. I don't know why, but I know this for a fact.
I am on the cusp of my awakening. Perhaps you are on the cusp of yours.
How many more vessels do you need?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
If there's a last time, is there anything you would like me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and if you've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
There's no waiting forever. Okay.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Okay, one more time. Which variation should I...
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is you're here to slay her.
Blah, blah, blah. Things are telling me what to do, so I like to do the cabin.
You make your way up the we're not going to ignore him.
Cabin.
The interior blade is
Basement.
the door to the basement.
Personally, I tried to be as friendly as possible to get her to love me somehow. We did that route as well. Hey, I think I'm here to slay.
You must have the wrong address.
Great job, you've given away the element of surprise. Good. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful. How could I am begging you to stay.
Hi. You were joking about coming to kill me, right? Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
Let's see.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you.
You're making a... No. You're doing the right thing. You walk up to the... They're large and heavy. Far too...
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's doubtful.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay. I'll be here.
You attempt to make someone else...
Okay, they locked me
You
down
make your way to
too.
easier for who? Easier for everyone. Look at the...
I heard the door slam.
Yeah.
They locked you.
There's a slight panic rising in...
If I could just get out of these chains.
She
Ah,
she
God,
reached
she's
her
doing it
flex to the
again.
door. We could use it to free. You won't like what...
Oh, God. Ah! Hello, Princess Susanna. We're playing Slay the Princess.
You cut.
We're cutting her out of...
And it take her... She didn't so much... No.
It's like
She
a
smiled.
looping
How was she still
situation.
smiling?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No. We won't as the prince... Wait. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Slay the
Okay,
princess.
No going back now. You bring the blade down to strike at the princess's heart, but she's fast. She ducks to the floor, your blade narrowly grazing her backside. Slaying her won't be easy now that she's free.
Sorry, Susanna.
We could have gotten out of here together. Were you just lying to me this whole time? I don't know what's come over you, but if I have to kill you, then I'll kill you. Do you think I need both of my arms to do that?
She pounces
Oh,
on you with the
Jesus.
same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease.
Yikes.
You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood
It's a
pools
fun
on the
time.
ground beneath you.
I'm afraid.
She stares down at your ravaged form,
It's okay.
eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in
She's
red,
not always like
as her blood
this.
and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world. It can't just end like this. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The witch? Oh no.
You're on a path,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
here to
But I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I still
can
here
assure
again?
you that you didn't slay her, and that she didn't
She just needs
kill
a
you.
Snickers. She's not her
You
when
don't
she's
just
hungry.
spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first... If he doesn't remember what happened, then brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from.
Oh, we got a different voice.
Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
Hey.
Warn, she will... Don't want...
A witch.
The interior of the cabin is a
Whoa.
mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happened to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your
Take the plane.
Take the well, if that's not...
Basement.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below.
Oof.
The ceiling
All
is
these
thick
versions
with
of the
roots that hang
princesses
like
there.
locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw, waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each
Ugh.
intake of breath.
Icky.
If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
I'm not nasty.
But you are. You're a wretched little thing. I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She must have you confused with someone else.
She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation.
Oh yeah.
You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss.
Oh, I wonder what she looks like. Oh, whoa.
You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make...
And there you are. One hand tucked away behind your back, gripping that sharp, sharp blade, no doubt.
That's no fair. How would she know that?
So, we've dropped the pretenses. Good.
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh, no. You've already been
Ew,
here.
hairy legs.
That's pretty
You're not gonna
sharp.
mention
How'd you
her
figure that one
tail?
out?
I think that's a tail.
Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us. Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
He sounds like a
Don't
finance
talk to her.
finance
You're just
bro.
going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Sorry about last time. Look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, right? I'm sure you've made mistakes. Oh, that's not a good approach at all. Don't worry, the blade isn't for you. Or not for killing you. We got to get you out somehow, right? I'm sorry about last time.
Smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
I died last time. You didn't. If anyone here shouldn't be trusted, it's you.
You were the one who tried to kill me when my back was turned. You were the one who started all of this. Only a poor loser twists their own failures around on the winner.
Look, I know things got messy last time, but I think there's something bigger than the both of us at work. We should team up. So we're at an impasse. Neither of us are gonna get anywhere if we just can't trust each other unless you want to fight, but I don't want to fight.
Just because I'll never trust you doesn't mean I won't use you to get what I want. The cabin lets prying little beasts like you come as you please, but it insists I stay where I am. If I'm to leave with you, and you alone.
Don't worry, the blade isn't for you. I'm getting a sense that you're not happy with me. Of course not.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
You get out of those on your own. Those chains didn't stop you last time.
Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist.
She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest.
This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
I don't trust you, not enough to free you, and definitely not enough to get close to you. I'm leaving. Bye! I like to be straightforward with my intentions. I didn't care for how you treated me last time. I think you might be in danger to the world. I'm going to attack you now. Sorry, the princess just announced your intentions. Leave some broken trust. Take this. Okay, just give her the blade, sure.
You can't be serious.
Now, hold on. We should put this to a vote.
The blade is one of our most valuable assets.
We can't just give it to her.
As do I.
Abstain.
You abstain. She's going to kill us if we give it to her.
This isn't a democracy. We're going to give her the blade. Give her the blade. Yeah, never mind. That was a silly idea. I'm not going to give her the blade. She clearly hates us. Don't do it. But she needs us to leave, right? Just give her the blade.
Everyone
just give her the blade. Right? I don't care. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
But of course you do. You toss the blade at the princess's feet. She eyes it with suspicion before kneeling down to pick it up.
I wouldn't have done that. Why did you?
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
What do you think happens now?
That's up to you. It's why I gave you the blade, and I chose last time. I regretted it, so now it's your time to choose. You're beautiful, and I want to actually save you, and this feels like the only way to do it.
She pulls back, clearly caught off guard by whatever nonsense you just said to her. I thought it was nice. Whether it's nice depends on if we meant it.
We didn't mean it. Did we?
If you were lying, we'd all know. But unfortunately, you weren't lying.
What? What do you mean by that? What kind of game are you playing?
The look of surprise that momentarily softened her features vanishes as she steals her nerves. And then she buries the blade in your heart.
Oh, dang it.
What? No, come on, that's not right.
I told you this is what she was going to do. Glee dances across her face as you fall to the ground.
Oof. Dang it.
I did it. I got you. You...
The princess seems to tremble, her smile fading quickly, replaced with concern. Her nervous eyes brim with tears.
Why? Why did you let me do this?
But you don't have the strength to respond, nor do you have the time. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Wait, what?
You're on a path in the woods. I can't believe she actually stabbed us.
Wait, we made it to chapter 3. That's not the
not
silent.
To give her the blade. I told you it would come around to bite us.
Be quiet, please.
I voted against it. Yeah, we know. You already got your I told you so's in while we were bleeding out. I just wanted to make sure that everyone here knows that I was and am on the right side of that argument.
Oh, you're far from being on the right
we're
side of
smitten
anything.
again.
You're fixated on the past, whereas what you should be is fixated on the future.
Oh, a visionary. I like it. Tell me more.
Gladly, my dear fellow. By cruelly turning on the princess in her moment of vulnerability, we made ourselves an enemy. But by mastering our fear and insecurity and handing over our power, we've begun a journey to something so much deeper. I like journeys. Travelling is a bit of a passion of mine. It makes me so relatable. Now, where are we off to? Well, if we're lucky, it's a journey to love. Does she? She hesitated before stabbing us to death.
Maybe she won't be as keen to betray us this time. We've already proven to her that we can change. So maybe she'll realise that things don't have to end in violence. You know, maybe you're right. In which case, I suppose the only thing to do is to get back to the cabin and give it another try.
Give what another try exactly? You are aware I've been listening to you, right? It makes no
This is the
difference if we
furthest we've
conspire
gotten,
in the shadows
narrator.
or bear our intentions with open hearts. We are breaking your cruel
Look
cycle
at whisk her away.
and whisking her away to freedom.
Oh, are you now?
Yep.
Great. So you've obviously been here before, since you apparently died at least once.
Twice, actually.
Sure. Twice.
Yep.
Then I'll spare you the little introduction I had planned. You already know about the princess, and clearly you already know that she's dangerous. So don't muck this up. It's bad enough that this isn't your first time through.
This place is different. It keeps changing.
Wonderful. If the woods themselves are changing, then that's all the more reason for you to take this seriously. It would mean your grip on things is slipping, which, in turn, likely means her influence is spreading. Someone's in the know. I've already said too much. The more information you have, the more difficult your task will be. Don't listen to her, definitely don't free her, and if you can, don't even think about her.
You don't have to worry about me. My head's always empty. Except the thoughts of her.
We're going to free her.
Please don't.
You can't stop all of us, you villain.
Let's just see how the wind blows. I'm not opposed to saving her, but let's not rule anything out just yet. Let's see what she has to say. Stop sitting on the fence and pick a side already. We don't need you waffling when things get hairy. I've already picked a side. Our side. I'm here to make sure that whatever happens, we wind up on top. Because that's worked out great so far. Well, we're not out of the game yet, are we? And again, I'll have you know, I wouldn't have gotten us killed last time. I wanted to stab her in the back, not hand over our precious backstabbing implement.
Screw the cabin. What happens if we just leave? Are you sure? You sure to seem to be taking the whole looping thing in stride.
What do you want me to say? It's bad that you've been here before. It's bad for you, it's bad for me, and it's especially bad for the world. The more times you run through this, the more likely it is that you'll fail. You've already failed twice. So you knew this could happen? Theoretically, sure, I knew this could happen, but I was supposed to be the first. I'd really rather not get into it.
I don't care about where we came from, and I don't care to discuss the theory of anything. I yearn only to bring her freedom. I'm here to feel, not to think.
Then we can all move on and forget what I said about failure. It's important that you believe in yourself, and the fact you're here probably means that you still have a chance to pull this off and save the world. My world, at least. Sounds like you've probably doomed a couple of others already. I need to stop talking. Think happy thoughts.
No matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the base of the cabin. I think it's clear where everyone stands at this point. I don't know if I'd say everyone. You talking about me? I have a position. It's a good one too. Ignore him, he's just talking for talking's sake. My position is the only one that matters. You know what you have to do.
Hiya.
The interior of the cabin is hardly an interior at all anymore.
Oh no.
The burned out ruins merely suggest the shape of the structure that once stood here, charred wood still reeking of ash. But beneath it lies the fresh smell of spring growth after rain, the promise of new life in the wreckage of the old. The only furniture of note is the crisp shell of what was once a table, a pristine... Wait, this isn't right. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? We gave it to her last time. She can't still have it, can she? Well, it's not here. And if she has it, let me guess, you want to get all chummy with her. Look, as far as I see it, if it's between him and her, I say we side with the one who has the weapon. It's just the smart thing to do. I wouldn't be so hasty. I'm sure the blade will turn up somewhere. She can't have it. That's not how this is supposed to work.
If she does have it, that's all the more reason to put our faith in her. We've already shown her our heart. Now she has to show us hers.
Unless her heart tells her to stab us, which doesn't seem unlikely, so yes, I agree. Let's make sure we get on her good side.
There's only a mirror though.
Yeah, why didn't you mention the mirror? I didn't mention a mirror because there isn't a mirror. But he says there isn't one. That's got to count for something, right?
Either way, I say we take a look. It feels like it's been forever since we've actually seen ourselves. For all we know, our feathers are all out of place. And that's why we haven't yet won her heart. We must put our best face forward.
Yeah, we can't go around looking disheveled. A real go-getter takes care of his appearance. So,
We are a
is
bird
the door to the
monster.
basement behind the mirror? I promise you there isn't a mirror, and there isn't a door to the basement. The entrance is more of a burned-out frame than anything else, and it's right there on the far side of the room.
Just mirror.
You step forward and approach the scorched entryway leading to the basement, hesitating before you begin the descent.
You know what you have to do. Wipe away the grit from the mirror, and behold our handsome features.
You reach forward and wave your hand through the hollow entrance leading to the basement. You really thought there was a mirror there, didn't you? That can't be good. As if things weren't unpredictable enough.
Alas, our fine features remain unseen. We'll just have to trust that she'll find us beautiful as we are.
Well, seems like the only way to go is forward, isn't it?
How though?
Yes, that's where everything tends to be. Let's just put on a good face and have our wits about us.
I guess we entered.
You step through the frame of scorched wood and make your way into the darkness below. The stairs to the basement are covered in a fine layer of gritty ash. The air still feels warm, as if the fires that ruined this place had only recently been extinguished. Yet fresh shoots of thorny branches are already weaving themselves through the soot-covered earth of the walls around you. Their spines point courteously down towards the basement, so you're able to brush past their jagged points with ease. At least on the way down. But you don't need to think about the way back up just yet. That's a matter for after the world's been saved.
These thorns are an expression of her pain. I know it. She's calling out for help.
Her voice, worn down by pain and suspicion, hobbles up the stairs.
I can't get away from you, can I? You betray me, I kill you, and you come back. You let me kill you, and you come back. I don't know why you let me do that. I don't know what you want from me.
I want to figure out a way out of here for good. Don't want. I don't know what I want. I never really chose to come here. I want to free you. I mean it. Just want to talk. Really talk.
I think you know how this goes. I'm down here and I can't leave. So, come down and talk. It's not like I can stop you.
You continue down the basement stairs, brushing past the smooth edges of thorns that grow more and more plentiful as you make your way forward. You step out into what was once a vast open cavern, now overrun by briars and prickles and thistles, the space thick with hostile vegetation. At the heart of it all, encased in a tight weave of vines, is the princess, her bloody, trembling hands clutching a pristine blade.
Did you know this was going to happen to me? Are you here to watch me suffer? Are you here to laugh?
Now this looks worse than normal. Yeah, I'm here to laugh. What did you think would happen after you killed me? Did you think I wouldn't hold it against you? I'm not here to laugh. I'm here to free you. Let me. You're in a prison of your own making. You broke our cycle of violence. You still want to wallow in it, be my guess. Guess I don't have anything left to say to you. And if you're going to be like that, I'm going to leave. Have a nice life. I'm not here to laugh. I'm here for you. Let me.
I want to trust you.
Her grip tightens on the blade.
But you're hiding something, aren't you? Why would you help me if you weren't helping yourself?
You're not the only one who yearns for freedom. As trapped as you are, I think we need to leave together. Is there nothing I can say to change your mind?
The princess clutches the blade closer to her chest.
That sounds nice. I'm so tired of the bad blood between us. But it's hard to let it go. You've hurt me.
Her eyes dart away from yours for a brief moment.
And I've also hurt you.
Is there nothing I can say to change your mind?
I don't know. What can either of us really say at this point? How can we trust something as hollow as words?
She's right, there's nothing left to say. So let's get a move on and do something before she comes up with a scheme to get out of here on her own.
We don't need words to send a message. It is through action that we can show her our adoration, our devotion, our
Oh god, okay. Right then.
You reach towards her bloodied hands, laying your palm on her trembling fingers. For a moment, she clutches it even tighter, her knuckles going white with the effort. But then the tension fades. Her grip finally loosens and she allows you to take the weapon. You carefully pull it free from the thorns, though they scrape at your skin, leaving red trickles of fresh blood all along your arms.
She trusts us. She trusts us. Doesn't that set your heart aflutter?
Yeah.
A little. It could just be nerves. Being this close to her does bring back unpleasant memories, but I don't know, it doesn't feel
No
bad.
stab her? No.
It feels good. Like we're special to her.
We are special to have gained an ounce of trust from a maiden so guarded. Now all that remains is to free her from her bindings.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's show her how much both of us have changed. Or, hear me out, we slay her. Right here, right now. She's never been so helpless, and if we don't take advantage of that, we may never get another chance. That sounds like a splendid idea. You should listen to him.
I see that the lines have been drawn.
It's 2 against 1. It's 2 against 2. You don't count. And why shouldn't he count? Because he's clearly not one of us. That doesn't matter. He's been with us the whole time. He should get a say.
So, did you mean it? Or was I a fool to hand my life to you?
I just wanted my blade back. You're on your own. Turn and leave. That's so messed up. I can't.
Yes, what a good idea. Let's cut her free. Oh, so you're suddenly team free her? You can't just switch sides as soon as we make a decision. I can do whatever I want, and I believe with my whole heart that this is the right course of action. Let's free this princess.
Everyone deserves a chance at redemption. Let him join us and be merry. We are all united by our passion.
That's right. What he said. We've already given him a chance at redemption. And who says I don't deserve another? I really mean it this time. I'm big enough to admit when I'm wrong. So I want to help you all free her.
He's switching sides so
And I
quickly.
have no problem with that. Welcome to the team. You're one of us now. One of the good guys.
You take the blade to the thorny vines imprisoning the princess, and she flinches, relaxing only slightly as the blade slices into the thick vegetation rather than her arm. And she flinches again as the last of the vines is cut away, as if After all of that, she's still expecting you to turn on her and stab her in the heart. But you're not going to do that, are you? Still, all it would take is a single slip of the blade.
Such a pathetic attempt at distraction and subterfuge. Our blade is a dashing sword, and every dashing sword is an extension of its hero. It won't slip.
You're right. He can't even make it slip, can he? He's a bit of a nobody. Good thing I've been on your side of all this since the beginning. The princess falls into your arms, tears streaking down her cheeks. I can't believe you're making me describe this. I hate you.
You actually meant it. You rescued me.
Do you see the way she's looking at us? Kiss her! Kiss her now before the moment ends.
Do it! Do it now! Of course I did. I just really hate the people who put us here. Kiss, remain silent. Oh gosh, what do I do? What if she doesn't like us? What if she just rejects our kiss? What if the narrator's like, your lips are poisonous and the princess dies? I just really hate the people who put us here. Of course I do.
She smiles, her hand slipping into yours, and the two of you rush to the basement stairs.
You should have kissed her, you fool. It was the perfect moment.
Shameful, really, that the same thorns that so graciously allowed you downstairs are now blocking your only way out.
Please, after all the trials we've been through, do you really think a few measly thorns can stop us? Love is an even more powerful weapon than our blade.
We cut through those other vines just fine. They're only thorns. I'm not afraid of getting a few scrapes. I'm not even sure we need to do any cutting. We can just move them out of the way. What a pathetic showing, really.
A few pointy sticks can't keep us down here. We're both meant for so much more than this.
Just step into the thorns, cut the thorns, step into the thorns. Step into it.
As you step into the thorns covering the basement stairs, they yield. Both you and the princess ascend the stairs without obstacle. This is unacceptable. The second you step out of this cabin with her, the world ends. Do you hear me? What did the world ever do to you to deserve this?
Let the world end. Let
Your
the world
nightmare is
end.
our dream. Whatever world would condemn an innocent like her to a cycle of violence and despair isn't a world worth saving. We'll weave something new together. Something better.
You and the princess hesitate at the cabin door. This is your last chance. We've already made our decision.
We're finally leaving here together, aren't we? And all we had to do was trust each other. It wasn't easy, but I'm glad we finally could.
Step into your freedom.
Hands clasped, the two of you open the door and step out into a new day, you irredeemable murderers.
What do we do now? Where's everything going? Why is it so cold?
No! No! Why would you take her from me? It was almost perfect.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and if they think it's bad, I'm with them.
What do I look like? You're nothing at all? Wait, what? But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it, a figure. A faint and veiled in the shadow, just beyond the reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
Oh no! A crack slides down in the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. Another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror. Oh wait, that's the same thing. You're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
What are you? If you're not me, then what are you? So many questions for you. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like this? I'm sorry, I don't want to distort you. Will it help if I look away? Stop asking questions? Are you a part of me? I've met you many times. Have you been the same all along? Yeah, I don't like the sound of breaking glass. I wasn't supposed to see all of this, was I? Where's this place? Where are we?
A construct. It was supposed to keep the two of you trapped here until the job was done. And it was supposed to guide your hand to help you see things through. The construct you're in exists in every world at once. Any time you failed, any time you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both you and her into a new world. But you're waking up to your true nature now. It won't be able to work like that anymore.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
So many questions for you. What are you? Are you something like me? Does it hurt? No, I don't care about you in pain. I'm sorry. I just want more information. So you do know about the looping. So many of the times I met you, you denied as it even being a possibility. Why did you lie?
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
Something in your part of me. Versions of you. You said that before. I really am meeting different humans. People out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them? And what is my true identity?
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Wait, what? How am I supposed to rid the world of death? I'm pretty sure death is good, actually. Important, even.
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old. It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
God, I always knew I was special. That's conceited. Do you have anything to say for yourself? I don't want to be a god, I want to be me. Are you something like me? Blah, blah, blah. So many more questions for you. I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't want to destroy you. No, I don't care. Blah, blah, blah. Reasons for you. I mean, what is the princess? Did you make her too?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
If you made us, then I want you to know that this has been torture. If I destroy her, won't I be alone? Do you have anything to say for yourself? We're all our hubris, the same way. Do you know that things won't just be worse? Do you know that things won't just be worse if I destroy her? What would it be like to live in a world without her? I don't want to be a god, I want to be me. So, what are you? You're... No, that's not what I want to ask. If you're not me, I have some question for you. Does it hurt? No, I'm sorry. I don't want to destroy you. No, every time I see something. If she's capable of becoming whatever people believe her to be, can't I just will her into something small? I've met you many times. How did you die? Why did you make her a princess? Of all the things, why is she a princess? Why couldn't she be an ant or a slice of soggy bread? Oh god, there's so many questions. I don't know what to pick. Geez, your death is good.
Are you asking me to spend my final moments psychoanalyzing you? She wound up a princess because you wanted her to be a princess. As to why, maybe she needed to be beautiful, important, above you, but on a level you could still approach. A herald of things to come. I don't know. Gods are supposed to be beyond comprehension. I really shouldn't try and anthropomorphize you like this.
If you made us, then he's a higher being than a god?
It wouldn't work. Her nature as the shifting mound makes it so nothing can last forever as it is now. It wouldn't matter how long the two of you waited. Eventually she would find a way to leave. And then everything would change. Everything would face oblivion. And until then, the clock ticks on.
Pretty sure death is a good thing.
If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
I think you're out of time. I'm not going to slay her. I want you to know that before you die for good. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. Still have to see what she thinks about all of this.
I've said my piece, and my time is up. I'm just an echo, and every echo fades away. You know what you have to do.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the Long Quiet, a vast and nascent god. And it is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. When you arrive at the heart of things, there's no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you. Whoa! Gosh!
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long. And my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
This is not the princess that I wanted. I've missed you too. Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
I'm the Long Quiet, but don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the Shifting Mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There are so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all this? Why is it all falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions, and I need answers before I can make a choice. If I let you out, an entire world ends for good. Can't do that. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment? There has to be another way. This can't just come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it. I told you what was going to happen when we reach this point. Slay the princess, slay the princess. I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go.
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end, pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Okay, well, I guess we just slay the princess. That's what the name of the game is. Like, I'm afraid that if I ask too many questions, she's gonna get tired of me and then kill me. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we'll just do it.
Violence has always been our language, hasn't it? If this is what it takes to save you, then so be it.
Oh, whoa, it's an
Is
animation.
a vine, and some thoughts nurture thorns that bleed the soul, and endless growth that blots your vision and strangles your trust. When I succumbed to myself, you patiently stood by me and cut the thistles that rooted in my skin. Your compassion is what freed us both. But compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, and you cannot nurture that which cannot change.
Dang it! Address this vessel statement directly. Appeal to your shard of humanity. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about. Reject her authority. You've done nothing but lecture me since the minute I got here. Argue your independence. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed without you. Reject her perspective. I won't engage with violence. Compassion. What freed us both, but compassion is a thing that must be nurtured, not nurture that which cannot change.
Have you? Or is what you think of as independence merely an illusion? Without me, you can have no contrast. And
Hello,
without
Kobe.
contrast, you have no shape. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. Bound for eternity, you saw the need for impermanence, and it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is infinite. Would you strip my gifts away and leave everyone to suffer in the dark?
Appeal to your shared humanity. You speak about life and death and stagnation. I don't get it. He'll get over it. They'll see your end as a gift in time. It would be torture.
It would. Our purpose is to be and to experience, and their purpose is the same. To be permanent is to cease. To be paused is to be trapped.
Now what? Oh, it's that one.
Your heart has a stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? Love melted into skepticism, and you pulled back layer
Oh, she's stabbing
after
me.
layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you did not know me. You sought the truth, though. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp?
My thoughts alone were enough to reduce you into nothing.
You speak of me as if I am a ghost, but I am right in front of you.
Well, that was a bad answer too. I'm gonna die. First time we met, I executed you without a second thought, and at the end of my confrontation with your spirit, I hurled you down a bottomless pit. I'm not sure if I got a bad ending. I'm not. When forced between choosing your death and forfeiting your body, you chose agency, but agency requires action.
Oh, is it not? Perhaps that cold fire has left your eyes. Are you finally willing to listen? You are weightless and alone, suspended in the gravity of an idea too great for you to hold. A tiny island caught between the death of the old and the birth of the new. But you did not go quietly. You spat in the eye of that which would claim godhood, and through that defiance, you bound us both together. Without me, there are no externalities to resist. And without you to resist me, there can be no externalities. It is struggle that carves meaning into consciousness.
I think I'm too dumb to understand what's going on. I'm clicking answers. Even when you became a shadow of a god, still you were bound to my will. I denied you a path. Then I will deny you now.
Death is a fantasy. Only those who lack perspective see it as anything other.
Clash between you abates. The princess relaxes, smiling from a distance. The respite is welcome.
Are you still committed to my destruction? Or has your resolve started to waver? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. You cannot remove something without removing the relations which define it. To destroy what you perceive as evil is to damn everything you perceive as good. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison to...
It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? You have to fight for a better world. I'm so sorry. You are cruelty itself. I cannot let you exist. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but if you keep dismissing mine, if you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you. Ow. I believe in change that comes from within. I don't think a soul source external can cause someone to change. Hi, Dry Guy. I'm suffering. What do you think will happen?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
It's easy to believe in things when you're sitting up above.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
You have to fight for a better world. I'm so sorry.
There is no something else. This, what we are, is everything.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Oh! Which hero are you?
I'm all of them, I assume, in the same way that you're all of you.
You have no idea how good it is to hear you.
It's good to be here. She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I can do this out here on my own. Yeah, I'm ready.
Then let's go.
What the heck? Wait, what happened to the graphics?
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
I'd like that for old time's sake.
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Is it just you and me? Did anybody else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Yeah. Is the narrator really gone?
It's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Good riddance. I don't know. I don't actually know how to feel about him being gone. Funny, after everything he put us through, I'm kind of sad to see him go.
Yeah, it's complicated. He put us through hell, but he's been part of us since the very beginning, hasn't he? That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
Ow. I can't.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
Do I sit with her or just kill her? I guess we can just sit with her. Is she gonna manipulate us, or do we kill her? Because the more we talk with her, the more power I give her. I got the ending where she danced with me under the moonlight. Well, lucky you. We don't get that luxury here.
So this is it then. Let's see this through.
So, that's how it is. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you.
No!
And I wish you nothing but the best.
No! You blink and the princess is gone. All you have left is her small, melancholic weight. I read that too slow. Whatever action... Stop with the audio read. Whatever action brought you and the princess into being was rough and jagged and left each of you with a piece of the other. But by destroying her once and for all, you also destroyed a part of yourself. But the world hasn't ended. Things continue on.
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back.
No, she's not. A small part of her is with us.
Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
Leave the basement. Then the stairs. Then you leave the cabin itself.
It's quiet here.
Path and the woods outside are empty an empty canvas, but there's even more to see beyond this place. And the fruits of your labor, a world free from death. Yourself free. The body of an ancient creature stirs from its hibernation, and you feel sensation in limbs you once couldn't fathom. Everything here is you. You feel your wings spanning a cosmic scale, but twisted and crumpled and bound in agonizing tension to a finite plane. You can feel the glass of the construct pressing in on you, confining you across infinite sides and infinite angles, and you push back and strain against it. But it does not yield.
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
Open your heart and bear witness to your new kingdom. All at once, the unyielding tension gives way. And then the shattering. You're free, and before you lies the endless expanse of absolute reality. A new absolute reality, one forged by your will and by a long and arduous cycle of bloodshed that has strained your hands countless times over. Good night, cat. There will be no more bloodshed in this new world.
It's finally over, isn't it?
Oh wait, the voice of the broken!
All of us are still here. We really won. We're the house now. We get to make the rules. Absolute reality. Who would have thought there was really a world outside of us? And who would have thought we'd actually wind up siding with him?
That wasn't very hard at all. Speak for yourself.
Well, boys, how does it feel? We're not just on top of the pecking order, we are the pecking order now. I hope this was all worth it, because I'm personally inconsolable.
I'm sorry, Smitten.
Lucky for us, you have forever to get over it. Time mends a lot of things. You'll get better. It's good to be back. Now we just have to figure out what to do with ourselves. Forever. No problem. We can do that, yeah? Yeah. We can do that.
New and unending dawns, like the princess. I didn't like that ending. Maybe I should have gone against the narrator. I got cold feet at the end because the princess didn't look like the pretty princess that I wanted her to be. Well, it is what it is. I do want to explore the other endings, but if people are a little bit too confused by the game, I'll do it in my own time. I got the bad ending. I'm so bad. Oh, God. Thank you so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. Okay. Now that you've finished the full story for the first time, you've also unlocked the gallery. You can access it from the main menu and in-game menus under the Memories tab. And it's full of clues that will help you find undiscovered vessels and interactions. Happy hunting! Oh, yeah! That's awesome! Okay, I want to see the memories. Holy moly! There's so many other vessels. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. The princess, spacesuit, end of everything. Wow. You want more? Okay, well, it'll have to be another stream. I'm gonna end things here for now. I think it's a good stopping point. But yeah. That was Slay the Princess. Yeah, I think it'd be neat to see the rest. But next time. I'm sorry. Who said to go watch hockey? I need to do some stuff. I also need to get some food. I haven't ate anything yet. So let's go look for someone to raid real quick. I'm sorry. Okay. You're gonna be going again in 20 minutes. See? See? You're gonna leave me anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna make some food from the groceries that I got. Beesh. We're going to be doing that. I'm gonna raid Sky. And going to go get food. They're playing, I think, the new Call of Duty game. Thank you, Brella, for the 10, or not 10, 100 bits. I don't know how to count. Thank you. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, night, wherever you are, and I will see you tomorrow. Yeah! Tomorrow! Okay. See you!